Good morning. Welcome to Under the Hood. You're going to be seeing more of this in the podcast and in newsletters and a lot of the work I do. But Sixth Sense just came out with a great study that talks about buyer behavior. And if you're really looking to drive ideal client acquisition, buyer behavior is what ideally you should be using to form your opinions of what strategies are going to work. And then testing and implementing those strategies should be all around what we know about buyer behavior and then what you experience. Basically, here's the deal. It is freaking amazing news for me. My friend Timothy Hughes, author of the greatest book on social selling called Social Selling, also co-founder of DLA Ignite. I've had the honor of going through their social selling certification process, and it meshes 100%. Their digital concept of social selling is really what I would consider to be a almost, plug and play template for taking my Canterbury car methodology and applying it digitally. And I do so. And I give them credit all the time. You have to live under a rock or never follow my stuff to not understand how, without reservation, how I refer those guys, Adam Gray and Tim Hughes. But here's the thing, buyers more than ever have got access to information about you. And I want you to look at the notes. It's a Sixth Sense study. Tim Hughes shared it. We'll make sure that we get the stuff linked in the description. But here's the deal. What people don't realize is you lose a ton of referrals and you're not even aware of it. Here's what happens. And I'm telling you this is after 30 years of experience. Probably 2/3 of the referral conversations involving you're not present in. These are conversations that are occurring between your trusted sources, your clients, COIs, other folks in your network, talking to prospects, ideal or not, that all depends upon your strategy, about you, trying to introduce you, mentioning your name, and not being successful in the moment. And the reason being is if you're selling real stuff, sometimes it takes a little bit to make it happen. And so there'll be a lag between the conversation occurring, hey, you should really work with Mike Garrison, and then that person actually saying, okay, yeah, I want to be introduced to him. What happens in between? Here's what happens in between. They go to AI. Or if they're really kind of antiquated, they go to Google and they research you. They try and find out more about you. And the reason being is that if you're somebody who is an ideal prospect for me, you've got a run rate, you've got a lifetime value of an ideal client of north of $250K. And in most cases, maybe even $500K. So we're talking $500,000. The buyers are aware that consulting for companies like theirs is not inexpensive. And so they're going to vet me. They're going to look me up. They're going to do stuff. And in my case, because of Tim Hughes and Adam Gray, because of their social selling course, which I went through, I have been writing and publishing online for a long time. I've also written some books. I've co-authored some books. I've been featured in some books. And so I show up really well on AI in most of the categories I want to show up on. And that's because I'm published, and some of those published third-party stuff. It's really good. Here's the deal. Because 2/3 of the referral conversations occur when you're not there, you have to have a 24/7 digital online presence, which provides, number one, insurance for the referral person. I refer you, or I attempt to refer you to a high value client of mine, and maybe they're not ready to talk to you right away. If you've done your job and you've published and you've been credible and you look good online, you look like a real person that has real value. When my client or my friend, independently of meeting with me, looks you up and you look good, I look good. This is not a strategy that's just about you. It's about a ecosystem of credibility and authenticity in a increasingly shallow and false world. This is an integrated strategy. You need to do this with your partners. More and more, my best referral partners, the ones that have the least amount of effort on my part to introduce successfully in various and different ways in the sales process are the ones that are publishing and doing this work. Not a threat, just reality. Make it easy, make it safe. That's what Can I Borrow Your Car is about. It's not just about you getting introductions. It's like, how do you get the introductions? And more importantly, if you read that study, the 6 Sense study, it will tell you exactly why our system, our way of doing business is the way of doing business, because we're way ahead of that buying journey. We're way ahead of it. So let's be human, let's be authentic, and let's win ideal clients.